This is the Tony Dixon trad D whistle in Cupro, or Cupro, which is a copper and nickel alloy that is used commonly in making coins. The Dixon Company was founded in 1997 by Tony Dixon. They make a range of different whistles: plastic, brass, Cupro alloys of various types. To my knowledge, they go all the way from soprano D down to tenor D. This is a little more expensive than some of the whistles that I show on this series. It cost me, I think, $22 or $23 US to get a hold of, but they are fairly easy to find. As far as the tone of this whistle goes, I don't love it, but it is a very easy whistle to play. All the notes are fairly accessible. There's still a little bit of shriekiness here and there if you're not careful, but consistent practice with this whistle, you can get pretty solid with it without having to fight it like some other inexpensive whistles. It is still quite hissy in the upper octave though. So it can kind of sound to the player like you're standing next to a frickin' vacuum cleaner. That frustrates me a lot. I do use this whistle to practice a lot with because it is so stable in terms of fingering, and the volume between the octaves is pretty consistent. To the YouTube user Jeffrey, who asked a question in a comment section on one of the previous videos, yes, this whistle does have a bit of a volume jump, especially when you get into the higher notes in the second octave. All whistles will. Some of them mitigate it better than others, either through using a conical bore or different designs that are intended to mitigate that. But it's just the nature of a flutophonic instrument that you're going to have higher volume when you're overblowing and pushing into those higher notes. I don't record with it though. The tone just doesn't work for me. It's not bright enough. Is this whistle a good whistle for a beginner? Overall, yes, because it is easy to play all the notes all the way up and down. With a little practice, one can finger all the notes fairly consistently. It doesn't require a lot of crazy breath jumps between the octaves, and the shriekiness is at a minimum. I just don't love the tone. Other than that, it's a brilliant whistle, and it's probably worth the money just in the sense that a beginner won't have to fight with this as much as some of the other whistles that I will be or have been reviewing in this series. This was the Tony Dixon trad D whistle in Cupro. Thank you for listening and watching, and I look forward to seeing you next week when I play an entirely different whistle.